Hi friends, welcome back. In this video I'm going to discuss about the voltage and current excitation Wheatstone bridge circuit, and I will also compare the output of the Wheatstone bridge with voltage and current excitation. The Wheatstone bridge is one of the widely used signal conditioning circuit for various sensors like RTDs, thermistors, strain gauges, load cells, etc. This is the bridge with the voltage excitation VEX. These are the four arms R1, R2, R3, R4 of the Wheatstone bridge, and the voltage output is taken across A and B nodes. V0 is given by VA minus VB. VA and VB can be calculated by using the voltage divider rule. Here you can see these are the two resistance R1, R2. One it is connected to source, another is connected to the negative of the source. If you want to calculate the voltage at node A, it is given by VA equal to R2 by total resistance R1 plus R2 into V. Same is applied for calculating the VA and VB, and VA and VB need to be put in this equation. We will get the derivation for V0. So whenever R1 R3 product equal to R2 R4 product, so opposite arms product are equal, then the bridge is said to be balanced, and in that case the voltage output equal to the 0. And here if you see, this is the bridge, and now we have considered all four arms are having initial resistance as same, that is R, whereas the change in resistance because of the various physical variables is different. Then you can consider R1 as R plus delta R1, R2 as R plus delta R2, and so on. And if you submit in this equation, we'll get this equation in terms of the change in resistance and the initial resistance and also the excitation voltage. This can be easily derived, and this is one of the configuration for the Wheatstone bridge, that is quarter bridge. In quarter bridge, three resistance are fixed, only one arm is having variable resistance. Here we can see three arms are having R as a initial resistance and it is fixed. This arm is having variable resistance, and this change in resistance can be because of the various physical variables like temperature, load, strain, etc. Here if you submit this in this equation, you will get V0 equal to delta R by 4R into V excitation. Here you can see the output voltage is directly proportional to the change in resistance. So by measuring the output voltage of the Wheatstone bridge, the physical variable that is causing the change in resistance can be easily measured. This is the another configuration, half bridge. Here two arm resistance are changing. Here I have considered adjacent arms are having equal and opposite change in resistance, R plus delta R minus R minus delta R. If we submit in this equation, we will get V0 equal to delta R by 2R into V excitation. Compared to quarter bridge, half bridge is having higher sensitivity. Here if you see, earlier it is 4R, now it is 2R. The sensitivity is improved by 2 times. This is the full bridge configuration, in which all four arms are having variable resistance. Here I have considered adjacent arms are having equal and opposite change in resistance. And if we submit in this equation, we will get V0 equal to delta R by R into V excitation. Compared to the quarter and half bridge, the full bridge is having good sensitivity. Here you can see earlier it is having 4R and 2R, now it is only R. The sensitivity is very good. At the same time, the complexity of the circuit is also increased depending upon your requirement. So the configuration need to be selected for your application. This is the example that compares the three configurations. V excitation is 10 volts, initial resistance is 100 ohms, the change in resistance, that is full scale change in resistance, is 0.1 ohms. The output voltage and non-linearity error and sensitivity is shown here. For quarter bridge, there is some non-linearity, and if your application doesn't require that, then you need to go for half or full bridge configuration. So sensitivity is usually expressed in full scale voltage by V excitation. So for quarter bridge it is 0.25, for half bridge 0.5, for full bridge is 1 millivolt. So depending upon your requirement, so the type of configuration need to be selected. This is the current excitation for the Wheatstone bridge. There are some applications where current excitation is required. Suppose if you take the bridge is placed in distance from the excitation source, in that cases the current excitation is need to be selected, and if you solve the output voltage for this current excitation bridge, we will get this. This can be easily derived. If you want to derive this equation, please comment, then I will discuss, or I will make a new video. So V output is given in terms of the change in resistance, initial resistance, and the excitation source current. And for quarter bridge, similarly as discussed it for voltage excitation, here if you see V naught equal to delta R by 4 into I excitation, this term can be neglected. Here if you see with comparison to voltage excitation, so the denominator is not containing the R term, so the sensitivity for current excitation bridges is high compared to voltage excitation bridges. V naught equal to delta R by 2 into excitation for half bridge, whereas in voltage excitation half bridge, so there is R is present in the denominator. And similarly for full bridge, so V output equal to delta R into I excitation. So this is the summary. Current excitation bridges are more sensitive than voltage excitation bridges, which we have seen, because there is no denominator R in the current excitation outputs. Current excitation is preferred in noisy environments because of its noise immunity. And current excitation at the same time of these advantages, it increases the circuit complexity. So depending upon the user requirement and the application requirement, the type of excitation need to be selected. Thank you for watching my video.